The moment has arrived. You've been summoned, and there is no more time to waste. A divine clock has already begun to tick, and the heavens are holding their breath, waiting for your response. This is not a moment to scroll past or ignore. No, this is your moment, your divine moment. Right now, there is a window of time, just 21 minutes, where heaven itself is poised to act on your behalf. And the question is, will you respond? The urgency of the hour is palpable. In every corner of your soul, something stirs. You can feel it, even if you try to dismiss it. A tug, a pull that won't let you go. An invitation from the Almighty. This is not some passing whisper that can be easily overlooked. It is the voice of God, calling you out of the darkness, out of the chaos, and into His embrace. This moment is not about an abstract, distant concept of faith. It is a real, present invitation for you to stand at the precipice of your own redemption. The very God who formed you, who sees every tear and every silent cry, is reaching for you now. God is moving. Right now, He is sending messengers to your door. He is already stepping into your life, and He does not wait for you to have it all figured out. You don't need to be perfect, polished, or ready in the eyes of the world. The world may pass you by, but heaven is not passing on you. Heaven is waiting for you to recognize that this moment, this sacred, holy moment, is yours. It is not an accident. It is not coincidence. The divine has intervened in the rhythm of your life, and the call you are hearing is intentional. You, chosen one, are the recipient of this call. This is not a general message to a crowd. This is God's personal invitation to you. You are seen, you are known, and you are loved. And heaven is waiting for your decision. This is not just a video you happen to watch, passing through your day as one more distraction. No, this is a sacred decree, a summons that cannot be ignored. This is your divine crossroads. Will you stand still and receive what He is offering? Will you open your heart and say yes to the call that's been placed before you? This is a call to freedom, to transformation, to purpose. This is the moment when everything could shift. Take a breath and recognize the weight of what is unfolding. The invitation is clear, and the time is now. You are being invited into something so much bigger than yourself. In this very second, God is reaching through the noise, pulling you into a space of stillness, of peace, of restoration. The clock is ticking. Heaven is waiting. And you have been chosen for such a time as this. There is no more time for hesitation. Now is the moment to step forward, to answer the call that will change everything. This isn't just an invitation, it's a divine decree, and it is personal. God is not just calling you into something grand. He is calling you into Himself. The question remains, will you respond? Imagine, for a moment, that everything in your life has led you to this single, sacred moment. Right now, in the stillness of your heart, a divine invitation is being extended to you, personally. It's not a call for the crowd, not a whisper in the wind that fades with the passing hours. No, this is a summons meant for you alone. God, in His infinite mercy and compassion, has chosen you. 2 angels, dispatched by name specifically for you, are on their way, carrying with them a message of incredible significance. These aren't messengers sent to a faceless multitude. This is God's love reaching down to meet you where you are, right now, in the middle of your life, in the middle of your circumstances. The Creator of the universe, the one who shaped galaxies, sees you. He knows you intimately. He sees the battles you've fought in silence, the struggles you've borne alone, and the long nights where hope seemed distant. And in the midst of all of this, He is calling you by name. There's a profound truth here that you cannot afford to overlook. You are not forgotten. The world may have overlooked you. People may have misunderstood your worth or taken your presence for granted. But heaven has seen everything. And God is not indifferent. He has seen your heart, your hopes, and your tears, and he is reaching toward you with mercy, not judgment. This is not a call of condemnation, but a call of compassion. God is not here to reprimand you for your past. He is not waiting to strike you down for your mistakes. He is here to redeem you, to restore what has been lost, and to lead you into something greater than you ever imagined. In the quiet of this moment, can you hear it? The voice of the Almighty speaking to you, not in anger, but in the gentleness of a father who longs to heal his child. The voice that calls you by name is not a distant, echoing force. It is tender, personal, and filled with love. You are known, you are seen, and you are chosen, despite everything that has happened. Despite the doubts and struggles that may have clouded your belief in being worthy or deserving, God has not abandoned you. He has not turned his face from you. You may have wrestled with the idea of being overlooked, but he is telling you now, you are chosen. You are his, and this divine invitation is not based on your perfection, but on his profound love for you. In Isaiah 43:1, God makes this promise: "Do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine." This is the promise of redemption, a promise that nothing you've faced or suffered disqualifies you from his embrace. He sees your scars, your pain, and your history, and yet he calls you his. He offers you not condemnation, but a future filled with his mercy and grace. This call is yours and yours alone. It's not some distant echo, but a personal, intimate invitation to step into a future that God himself has prepared for you. You are chosen, you are seen, and the rescue you've been waiting for has already begun. The angels are on their way, and heaven is ready to embrace you now, today, in this moment. Will you answer? Will you receive the call that has been waiting for you all along? The answer is in your hands, and heaven is waiting to see what you will do with this moment. In the chaos of your daily life, amidst the noise that seems to fill every corner of your mind, there comes a moment, a stillness that cannot be ignored. It arrives without warning, but when it touches your spirit, it carries with it an unmistakable weight. It is a moment where the world's distractions fade into the background, and what remains is a quiet, undeniable presence. It is the presence of God, close, intimate, and full of mercy. You may not have expected it, nor did you plan for it, but there it is. A stillness that seems to settle deep in your chest, not as a fleeting emotion, but as something far more profound, a divine touch that stirs your heart and draws you closer to the very essence of peace. This stillness is not a coincidence. It is not something that can be explained away by mere chance or emotion. This is God's invitation, gently breaking through the noise, calling you into his presence, and whispering, "Come, all who are weary, come and find rest." Can you sense it? The stillness that calls you, that stirs something deep within you? It is not the absence of noise. It is the presence of something far greater. This moment, this quiet, is more than just a pause in time. It is the divine invitation to step into a space where God himself is waiting to meet you. It is a space where the weight of your burdens can be laid down, and the exhaustion of your spirit can be eased. It is a space where peace is not a fleeting thought, but a profound reality. In the world around you, everything seems to rush forward relentlessly, doesn't it? The demands of life pull at your soul. There is never enough time to rest, to reflect, or to simply breathe. You're constantly moving, constantly striving, and the noise never seems to cease. But in the quiet moments, when all else falls away, there is a deep sense of peace that arises, a peace that is not fleeting, not dependent on circumstances, but rooted in the very presence of the Almighty. This is the stillness of God. It is the moment when he calls you into his rest, not through thunder or lightning, but through a calm that penetrates the depths of your being. In this moment, you are invited to step away from the chaos, to leave behind the constant pressure and weight of the world, and to rest in his love. It is an invitation that you've been yearning for, even if you didn't know it. It is not a call to perform or prove your worth, but simply a call to be still and receive what He is offering. God does not come in the whirlwind, the fire, or the storm. His presence comes like a gentle breeze, softly, yet profoundly, inviting you to stop, breathe, and surrender. He calls you not to strive, but to rest. He does not demand that you fix everything before you come to Him. He only asks that you come. Come with your weariness. Come with your brokenness. Come as you are. This is His promise. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. It's a promise that is meant for you. It's a promise that carries the weight of divine grace, offering the kind of peace that surpasses understanding. In the stillness, God's voice speaks louder than the noise of the world. It's in these moments of quiet that His presence becomes tangible, not just a distant idea or an abstract concept. His voice, His touch, is real and intimate. This stillness is a divine awakening, a moment when your spirit begins to recognize that He has been near all along. Perhaps you've been caught up in the daily rush, unaware of the divine invitation being extended to you. But now, in this sacred stillness, you begin to see with new eyes. The distractions that once seemed so important begin to lose their grip on your soul, and you find yourself aware of something deeper, something eternal. This stillness is a sacred space, not one that is made by your own effort, but one that is gifted by God. It's not just a brief moment of quiet. It is a divine interruption into your life, a gentle call that pulls you into a new reality where God is not distant, but intimately close. You are not alone in your struggles, not alone in your battles. God has been here, waiting for you to recognize His presence. And now, He is inviting you to step into His peace. The beauty of this stillness lies in its power to heal. It's not in the loud declarations or the grand gestures of faith that God works most powerfully. It's in the quiet moments, when you stop trying to hold it all together and simply allow yourself to rest in His embrace. In those moments, healing begins. The wounds you've carried, the burdens you've hidden from the world, are met with the gentle touch of His mercy. He speaks into the depths of your soul, whispering words of comfort and restoration. As you rest in His stillness, you begin to realize that this peace is not a temporary escape from life's difficulties. No, it is a strength that fortifies your spirit for the journey ahead. The stillness does not remove you from the world's challenges, but it gives you the strength to face them with a renewed sense of purpose and trust in God's provision. It is in this stillness that you are reminded of who you are, His beloved child, chosen and held by a love that cannot be shaken. This is the moment of spiritual awakening. It is not an emotional high, but a deep, soul-level recognition that you are seen, you are known, and you are loved. You may have felt overlooked, unheard, or abandoned, but in this sacred stillness, God is breaking through the lies that have held you captive. He is drawing you near, saying, "You are mine." In this moment, you are reminded that God is not in a hurry. His timing is perfect. He moves with precision, not in the frantic pace of the world, but in the gentle rhythm of grace that works behind the scenes of your life. When you recognize this stillness, you begin to understand that it is not a void. It is a place where God's Spirit moves. It is in the quiet, when all the distractions fade away, that the deepest work of transformation takes place. It is in the stillness that you are able to hear God's voice more clearly. It is in the stillness that your spirit is awakened to His nearness. And though the world will try to pull you back into its noise and chaos, remember that the stillness remains. It is always there, waiting for you to return. No matter how loud the world gets, the invitation to rest in God's presence is always open. It is in these moments of stillness that you are not only invited to rest, but to be remade. God is shaping you in these quiet moments, building within you a strength that is not based on your ability to control the world, but on your willingness to surrender to His plan. This divine peace, this stillness, is your inheritance. It is not earned, but freely given. And as you step into it, you begin to realize that the peace you've been longing for is not found in the world's noise, but in the gentle whispers of God's love. This is the peace that will carry you through every storm, that will anchor you in the chaos, and that will remind you that no matter what you face, you are never alone. So, when you feel the weight of life pressing in, when the noise becomes too much, remember this stillness. It is a divine space where God's presence is most tangible, where His peace surpasses all understanding, and where you can rest and be restored. This stillness is not a luxury, it is a necessity. It is where the deepest healing happens, where your spirit is rejuvenated, and where you are reminded that God is with you. Always. Take a moment now. Pause. Breathe. Let the stillness settle over you like a warm embrace, and in that sacred quiet, hear the whisper of God's love, calling you to rest, to peace, and to renewal. There are moments in life when the struggle feels overwhelming, when the weight of the world presses down on you, and the path forward seems uncertain, clouded by confusion and doubt. In those dark hours, it can feel as though you are alone, as though the world has forgotten you, and the weight of your burdens is yours to bear. But I am here to tell you something powerful, something that may shift the way you see your life. God has never once looked away. Even in the darkest moments, when you thought He was silent, He was working, quietly, steadily. Behind the scenes, He was orchestrating your rescue. Imagine this. In the moments when you felt utterly powerless, when all seemed lost, God was actively moving on your behalf. You may not have seen it at the time. It may not have looked like anything was happening. The breakthrough may not have been visible. The answer may not have been clear. But trust that in the unseen, God's hands were at work, positioning everything for your ultimate good. He is a God who works quietly in the background, not because He is distant, but because His power is not meant to be flashy. It's meant to be personal, intentional, and transformative. You see, God doesn't need to make a spectacle out of His work. His intervention is not about drawing attention to Himself, it's about His faithfulness to you. Each struggle you've faced, each close call that might have seemed like a random twist of fate, was not random at all. It was the invisible hand of God protecting you, guiding you, and even shielding you from what you could not see. Every moment where you narrowly escaped disaster, where things turned around just in time, was not a coincidence. Those were divine protections, carefully laid out by a God who loves you deeply and will never leave you unguarded. Think back to the times when you felt at your lowest, when you were walking through the fire and wondering if you would ever make it out. Have you ever paused to consider that those moments, though painful, were not signs of God's absence, but actually His protection? Perhaps you couldn't understand at the time why things weren't working out the way you hoped. Perhaps you questioned God's timing, or wondered if He had abandoned you. But in the quiet of those moments, He was doing something greater than what your eyes could see. He was moving in the unseen, positioning the pieces of your life with a careful hand, preparing you for what was to come. In those moments of struggle, God was not silent. He was silently at work, actively intervening on your behalf. Whether it was the people who suddenly appeared in your life when you needed them most, or the doors that closed just in time to prevent you from walking into danger, these were not random events. They were divine interventions. They were the hand of God, moving in ways you couldn't see, orchestrating circumstances, removing obstacles, and opening new pathways, all for your benefit. Even in the darkest times, when everything seemed to be falling apart, God was there, not standing at a distance, not waiting for you to fix things on your own, but walking with you in the shadows, preparing you for the light. Every trial, every hardship, every unanswered prayer was being used by God to shape your character, to strengthen your faith, and to guide you to the very place He had planned for you all along. The truth is that God has always been working on your behalf, even when you couldn't see it. even when you couldn't feel it. Isaiah 46:4 beautifully captures this promise. Even to your old age and gray hairs I am He. I am He who will sustain you. I have made you, and I will carry you. I will sustain you, and I will rescue you. God has never once left you to fend for yourself. From the moment you were born, He has been involved in the details of your life, walking beside you, carrying you, and sustaining you through every trial and victory. His love is not fleeting. It is everlasting, and His faithfulness knows no bounds. Consider for a moment how many times in your life you've had what felt like a close call. Perhaps you narrowly avoided an accident, received an unexpected phone call just when you needed it, or walked through a difficult season only to emerge stronger and wiser on the other side. These moments weren't coincidences. They were divine interventions, God's quiet work behind the scenes, protecting you, preparing you, and moving you towards something greater than you could have imagined. God's protection doesn't always look like we expect it to. We often think of protection as God swooping in and removing all danger or hardship from our lives. But more often than not, His protection comes in the form of guidance, wisdom, and sometimes the gentle refusal of certain opportunities that would not align with His plan for us. In those moments, when doors seem to close, or when things don't go according to our plan, it is often God's quiet hand at work, saying, "Not yet," or "This is not the right path for you." It's in the silences, in the closed doors, in the delays, that God's protection is most evident. Look back at the times when things didn't go the way you expected, but in hindsight, you see how much better it was that they didn't. Maybe you lost something or someone you thought you couldn't live without. Perhaps a door closed that you thought was the right opportunity. At the time, you may have felt devastated, confused, or abandoned. But now, as you look back, you can see how God was protecting you from something that wasn't in your best interest. He was silently guiding you, even when it didn't make sense, because He knew that His plan was greater than anything you could have planned for yourself. What you must understand is that God's love for you is far greater than any of your struggles. He doesn't leave you in your pain. He uses it to mold you into something more beautiful, more capable, and more powerful than you could have imagined. Even in your hardest moments, God has been at work, shaping your soul, preparing your heart for the blessings and victories to come. God doesn't just intervene in our lives when we call out to Him. He's always present, always working in the unseen, shaping the circumstances of our lives with precision and care. You may not always see it, but know this: His presence is constant, His protection is unyielding, and His plan for your life is unfolding in ways that are beyond what you can comprehend. Every time you thought you were alone, God was quietly working. Every time you faced what felt like an insurmountable challenge, He was right there with you, strengthening you for the battle. Every moment you questioned whether or not you would make it through, God was holding you steady, waiting for the moment when you would see His hand at work in your life. The quiet rescue that you've been longing for? It has already begun. It's happening right now. Even in the silence, even in the uncertainty, God is already preparing you for what lies ahead. And He has been working all along. His protection is woven into the fabric of your life, sustaining you through the difficult times, positioning you for the breakthroughs, and ensuring that you will never be without the help you need. You are not forgotten. Your struggles are not in vain. God has been working, and He will continue to work on your behalf, bringing you to the place where His plans for you will come to fruition. It's all part of the quiet rescue that has been unfolding behind the scenes. You are being held, sustained, and protected every step of the way. And one day, when you look back, you will see it all. How God worked in the quiet moments, how He carried you through the storms, and how His hand was always with you, shaping your story into something greater than you ever imagined. There is a process that takes place deep within your soul, a quiet, unseen work that is more transformative than anything the world can offer. It is not a loud, dramatic change, but a steady, powerful shaping that happens in the stillness. In the places where you cannot yet see the outcome. It is in these hidden moments that God is preparing you for something greater. He is transforming you from the inside out, not merely altering your circumstances, but refining your spirit, strengthening your heart, and equipping you for the challenges that lie ahead. This inner transformation is not for the faint of heart. It requires patience, surrender, and a willingness to embrace the work that only God can do in you. It's easy to focus on the external, the world's expectations, the noise, the constant pressure to succeed. But God's process of change is much deeper, and it is often unseen. You may not feel it, and you may not even understand it fully as it happens. But know this: God is at work in your spirit, shaping you for a purpose that is beyond what you can imagine. The quiet shaping of your soul is not a process of punishment. It is preparation for the destiny He has already ordained for you. In the journey of faith, transformation begins deep within, in the hidden places of your heart. God is not interested in just changing your behavior or your outward appearance. His aim is to transform you at the core of who you are. It's in this inner work that your true strength is forged. God knows that for you to step into the fullness of His plan, your spirit must be strengthened, refined, and prepared to handle the weight of the calling He has placed on your life. This inner transformation often begins in ways that are hard to understand. The process can feel like a wilderness, isolating, difficult, and confusing, but it is precisely in the wilderness that God does some of His most profound work. Think of Moses, standing in the middle of the desert, far from the palace where he once lived, far from the life he had known. It was in the wilderness that God shaped Moses into the leader who would deliver His people from slavery. The wilderness was not a detour. It was divine preparation. It was a place where Moses learned to hear God's voice, to trust His timing, and to become the man who would lead millions through unimaginable trials. Joseph's story is another powerful example of this process of transformation. Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers, thrown into prison for something he didn't do, and forgotten by those he helped. His life seemed to be a series of setbacks, yet God was using every moment to prepare him for the position of power and influence that would ultimately save his family and a nation. Each rejection, each hardship, each lonely moment was part of God's plan to shape Joseph's character, to refine his leadership, and to prepare him to steward the destiny God had for him. The wilderness may have felt like a place of abandonment, but in truth, it was the place of his greatest preparation. Similarly, the transformation that is happening in your life may not look like success, peace, or even clarity right now. In fact, it might look like struggle. You may feel as though you are in a season of waiting, where nothing seems to be moving. Or perhaps you feel as though you're going through a series of personal hardships, wondering why things are so difficult. But know this: God is working in you in ways that are deeper than the surface-level challenges you're facing. This is a process of pruning and refinement. God is preparing your heart for the fullness of what is to come. In John 15:2, Jesus says, "He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, He prunes, so that it will be even more fruitful." Pruning is not an easy process. It is painful. It involves the removal of things in your life that are not bearing fruit, even things that you may have grown attached to. It may feel as though God is taking away parts of your life that you thought were essential. But this is His loving work, ensuring that you can bear more fruit in the future. This process is not about loss, it is about preparation. God is removing the distractions, the attachments, and the things that are keeping you from stepping fully into your calling. Every cut, every loss, is making room for growth. The wilderness, the pruning, the quiet inner work, these are all part of God's divine shaping. It is easy to look at your current struggles and wonder if they are pointless, but I assure you, they are not. God is using every moment to refine you, to strengthen you, and to make you ready for what is ahead. The work God is doing in you is not just for your own benefit. It is for the benefit of those you are called to serve. It is for the legacy that you will leave. Your transformation will bear fruit that will impact others in ways you cannot yet see. And the beauty of God's transformation is that it is not merely about changing your outward circumstances. It is about giving you a new heart. Ezekiel 36:26 says, "I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh." This promise is one of complete renewal. It is not a temporary change, but a deep, lasting transformation that reaches the very core of your being. God is giving you a heart that is sensitive to His Spirit, a heart that is capable of love, compassion, and wisdom in ways you could never have imagined. This new heart is not bound by the limitations of your past, nor is it limited by your own fears and insecurities. It is a heart that is open to His will, that is tender to His voice, and that is ready to embrace the future He has for you. The transformation from within is not just a one-time event. It is a continual process. It's not something that happens overnight, but something that unfolds over time. Just as a seed takes time to grow into a mighty tree, so too does your spirit need time to be nurtured and shaped. You may not see the results of this inner transformation right away, but trust that God is at work, quietly and steadily, building something beautiful in you. It is a work that will endure, a work that will carry you through life's challenges, and a work that will empower you to walk in your purpose with strength and grace. So, as you face the challenges that come your way, I encourage you to embrace the quiet work God is doing in you. Don't resist the process of pruning, even though it may be difficult. Trust that every hardship is part of God's plan to shape you into the person He has created you to be. Every moment of waiting, every season of struggle, is making you more resilient, more compassionate, and more capable of handling the future He has prepared for you. Remember that God is not in a hurry. His work in you is deliberate, intentional, and full of love. You may not see it now, but He is building within you a strength that will carry you through anything. And when you come out of this season, you will emerge stronger, wiser, and more ready than ever to step into the fullness of your purpose. Embrace the quiet transformation. Trust in the process. And know that God is giving you a new heart, a new spirit, and the strength to face whatever is ahead. There are moments in life when everything seems to be moving slowly, too slowly. The dreams you've been carrying in your heart feel distant, and the path to your future seems longer than you ever anticipated. Perhaps you've been praying for breakthrough, eagerly waiting for God to act. But instead, it feels as if the silence is growing louder, and the delays are only deepening the uncertainty in your soul. In those moments, it's easy to wonder, why is this taking so long? Is God listening? Is this ever going to happen? But I want to remind you of a profound truth. Delays are not denials. You see, while we may view delays as obstacles, God views them as opportunities for preparation. His timing is always precise. It is not dictated by the clock on the wall or the rush of the world around you. No, God's timing is orchestrated from a place of divine wisdom, of perfect love, and with eternal purpose. Every delay, every moment where you feel as if nothing is moving, is a moment where God is preparing something far greater than you can imagine. His plan for your life isn't bound by your timetable. It is unfolding in ways that you cannot yet see. It is far better than what you've planned, and it is happening exactly as it should. Patience, true. Trusting patience is not just waiting for something to happen. It's waiting while believing that God is working, even when you can't see it. It's resting in the assurance that, in every moment of delay, God is doing something deep within you, shaping you for the destiny He has in mind. This season of waiting, though difficult, is a season of preparation. Imagine a seed planted in the soil. When it first enters the ground, it's buried, unseen, in complete darkness. It might seem like nothing is happening. To the outside world, it may look like that seed is useless, stuck, and forgotten. But beneath the surface, something incredible is taking place. Roots are growing, nourishing, and spreading out, even when no one can see them. The seed is being prepared for a future that will one day break through the surface and sprout into something powerful. If the seed tried to rush its process, if it forced itself to break through too soon, it would never survive the weight of the world above. But in the waiting, in the patience. It is being strengthened, refined, and readied for what's to come. This is what is happening in your life. God is working in the hidden places. He's growing your roots deep. He's making sure that when it's time for you to emerge and step into the calling He has for you, you will be firmly grounded and capable of standing strong through any storm. There's something beautiful about trusting God's timing. It shifts your perspective from survival to purpose. When you trust in His timing, you stop living your life as if you're just holding on, hoping to make it through the next hurdle. You stop surviving and start living with intention. You begin to understand that even in the delays, God is shaping your character, refining your faith, and aligning circumstances in a way that will lead you exactly where He wants you to be. The shift is subtle at first, but it's powerful. It's when you stop waiting for everything to line up perfectly and start embracing the journey for what it is. A process of growth, of learning, of being prepared for something greater. Instead of seeing the delays as setbacks, you begin to see them as divine appointments, God's way of preparing you for the purpose you were made for. This shift from survival mode to purpose mode is a game changer. It moves you out of a mindset of scarcity, where you feel as though you're constantly striving to make things happen, and into a mindset of trust and expectancy. You no longer chase after every open door or every new opportunity in a frenzy. You become attuned to God's voice, recognizing that He's the one leading you. And you can trust that the right doors will open at the right time. It's when you step into this mindset that you begin to embrace God's timing. You start seeing life through the lens of faith, recognizing that every step, even the delays, are divinely orchestrated. In those moments of waiting, you become aware of the work that God is doing inside you. He is strengthening your spirit, building your character, and deepening your trust in His promises. James 1:12 offers a beautiful promise to those who endure through seasons of waiting and struggle. Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love Him. There is a reward for those who persevere through the waiting. You may not see it now, but every moment of patience, every day you choose to trust when the answer is not clear, is leading you to something far beyond what you can grasp today. This verse reminds us that perseverance under trial is not only about enduring, it's about trusting through the struggle. It's about maintaining faith when it feels like nothing is changing. God sees your perseverance, and there is a crown, a reward waiting for you on the other side. The waiting may feel long, but there is something incredible happening in you during this season. It's not wasted time. It is shaping you for the purpose and calling God has for you. It's easy to become frustrated when things don't happen on our timeline, but the truth is that God's timeline is perfect. His timing is never late, never early, always exactly when you need it. And His plan for you is far more expansive than what you could ever imagine. He sees the bigger picture, the one that you can't see. He knows the intricate details of your future and has already gone ahead to prepare the way for you. Trusting in God's timing requires faith. Faith that His plan is good, that His love for you is unshakable, and that He will provide exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. It's the quiet confidence that no matter what happens in your life, God is always at work, behind the scenes, shaping everything for your good. When you embrace His timing, you begin to understand that your waiting is not just about receiving what you want, it's about becoming who you were always meant to be. It's about trusting that He is using every moment of your life, every delay, every moment of silence, to align you with His perfect plan. This transformation isn't just about getting what you want or reaching the destination. It's about trusting that you are becoming who God has called you to be. The process is just as important as the outcome. And every moment of waiting, of trusting, of patiently walking with God, is shaping you into a person who is ready to carry the weight of the purpose He has for you. So, in this season of waiting, I encourage you to shift your perspective. Don't see the delays as obstacles. See them as part of the divine preparation for what's to come. Trust in the precision of God's timing, Know that He is working in you even when you can't see it. Your perseverance will be rewarded. The waiting is not in vain. It is part of your journey, part of the process of becoming who you were always meant to be. And when the time comes, when the doors open and the breakthrough happens, you will step into your purpose, not in a moment of frantic striving, but with the quiet confidence that only comes from trusting in God's timing. You will be ready, not just to receive the blessing, but to carry it with grace, with strength, and with the wisdom that comes from having walked through the waiting with faith. Embrace the delay, trust in God's plan, and know that He is at work in you, even in the waiting. The call you've been waiting for, the one that has quietly echoed in your heart, has now risen to a crescendo. It is no longer a whisper in the distance. It is a voice that beckons you forward with clarity and purpose. Right here, right now, God is inviting you to respond not just with words, but with a transformation of the heart. A decision to walk into the destiny He has been preparing for you. This is a moment of profound significance. It's not just a fleeting feeling or a passing encouragement. This is a divine, marking a moment where your life can take a turn towards something far greater than you've ever imagined. It is an invitation to step into a new chapter, to say yes to the work God is doing in you. Even when you don't have all the answers, it's an invitation to let go of the need to control every outcome, to release the grip on your own timeline, and to trust that God is guiding you step by step towards something beautiful. In this moment, the decision is yours. Will you respond? Will you choose to take a step forward in faith, even when the path ahead is unclear? Will you allow God to do the quiet work in your soul that He's been preparing all along? It doesn't require grand gestures. It doesn't require you to have everything figured out. It requires only one thing: your willing heart. God's call to you is not about perfection or performance. It's not about having all the answers or pretending to be something you're not. It's about surrender. It's about allowing God to move in you, to transform you from the inside out, and to reshape your heart, your mind, and your soul in ways that align with His perfect plan. It's about releasing the need to hold everything tightly and instead opening your hands to receive what He has for you. The first step in this transformation is to respond. It begins with a simple, powerful act of faith, a declaration that you are ready. It's not about the words themselves, but about the sincerity and the intention behind them. Saying amen is not a ritualistic phrase. It is a declaration of alignment with what God is doing in your life. It's a way of saying, I agree, I trust, I choose to follow. When you say, amen, you are not just agreeing with the words you hear. You are agreeing with God's plan for your life. You are giving Him permission to lead you, to shape you, and to guide you into a future that you may not fully understand yet. But trust that it will be far greater than you can imagine. It is a decision to take your hands off the steering wheel and allow God to guide you where He knows you need to go. The journey of transformation begins with a single decision, a small step of faith. And while it may feel like one small step in this moment, it is, in fact, the beginning of something much larger. The life you are stepping into will not be a one-time event, but a lifelong journey of continual surrender, of walking in the quiet, constant transformation that God is orchestrating in your life. Each day will be another step toward deeper healing, greater purpose, and a fuller understanding of who you are in Christ. In the world we live in, we are often conditioned to focus on the grand moments, the big decisions, the life-changing events, the dramatic transformations. But God's work in us is not always dramatic. It is not always accompanied by fireworks or applause. More often than not, it is a slow, quiet work, a quiet revolution of the heart that begins in the stillness and unfolds gradually. It happens in the spaces between the noise, in the small decisions you make each day, to walk with God, to surrender, to trust. Transformation comes from the inside out. It is not about changing your external circumstances before you can experience God's blessing. It's about allowing Him to change you, to mold you, to shape you from the inside. It's about trusting that as you surrender your will to God's, He will begin to work in you in ways that will reflect His glory. And it's in the daily steps of obedience, the moments where you choose to let go of control, where you choose to trust, where you choose to follow, that the deepest transformation happens. The truth is that God is more interested in your heart than your outward appearance. He's not concerned with your performance. He's not measuring your worth by what you can achieve or how quickly you can reach your goals. What He's after is your heart's surrender. He wants you to trust Him completely, to let Him work in the depths of your soul, knowing that this transformation is not just for a season, but for the rest of your life. So, as you stand at the crossroads of this moment, ask yourself, will I take that step? Will I respond to God's call, not knowing exactly where it will lead, but trusting that He is guiding me? Will I let go of the need to control, of the need to have it all figured out, and embrace the quiet, transformative work that God is doing in me? Will I say yes to the lifelong journey of transformation that He is inviting me into? In this moment, you are being called to something greater than yourself. This isn't just a fleeting opportunity. It's the beginning of something sacred. It's an invitation to walk with God, to surrender to His timing, to trust His process, and to know that every step you take in faith will lead you to a future that is aligned with His purpose for your life. This decision, this moment of surrender, is not just a one-time event. It marks the beginning of a lifelong journey. It is a journey of growth, of deepening trust, of discovering more of who you are in Christ and what He has called you to do. Each day will present new challenges, new lessons, and new opportunities to grow in faith and obedience. But know this: every step you take in surrender is a step closer to the fullness of God's plan for your life. So, take a moment to reflect on this call. And if you are ready, if your heart is stirring, take that first step. Respond. Say Amen with your heart and your soul, knowing that God is at work in you. Know that the transformation that begins today will not be completed in an instant, but it will continue to unfold day by day as God shapes you, molds you, and prepares you for the future He has already planned for you. This is the moment that marks the beginning of a new chapter in your life. It's not a one-time decision, but the start of a lifelong journey of transformation. The quiet work has already begun, and you are being called into something greater. Don't hold back. Trust God, surrender your heart, and step into the transformation He has for you.